Hey guys, Adam here from DirectionTrader.com. Let's do today's mid-morning looking forward video. It's April 3rd, and it's about just after 9:30 here on the West Coast. So that's 11:30 Central. Let's go ahead and talk about some of these markets here with the stock index futures. First off, I want to thank everybody who came into the Infinity Futures and ICE Futures webinar this morning. It was a really good crowd, and I've had a lot of nice feedback since then. So thank you everybody who came there, and especially for all the nice words. It was a really nice group there. So thank you for all that. But moving forward here, let's take a look at the Russell first. That's what we were looking at this morning in the room. Talked a lot about the Russell and how it's been leading the market over the last couple months. And whenever you see a move in the Russell, just wait, because the other ones are slowly to follow. And that didn't disappoint today. We were really quiet all morning. In that webinar, looking at these Russells here, and just real quiet because they were getting in this sideways chop. And then I said, let's just take a look at the previous day's price action from an intraday standpoint. Let's focus on that and wait for a break. And then sure enough, whenever we got this break to the downside, the floodgates opened up from an intraday perspective, and the Russell really had a nice drop to the downside. And then come to follow were the other instruments, the S&P, the NASDAQ, and the Dow eventually came to follow very shortly right after that. So Russell still continues to be a nice instigator, if you were to say, a leader to these other instruments, and continues to drag them around. So keep an eye on that, especially from an intraday perspective. As far as what we're looking at here on the dailies, guys, we've had this really nice thrust to the upside. To have a little bit of a pause or a pullback is very much to be expected. In my opinion, we're still in an uptrend. We'll still hold this. I have a little worry about these downward channels that are forming in some of the stock index futures. That's something to pay a little bit of attention to. But bottom line is, I'm still going to keep on looking for opportunity if this thing wants to blast off to the upside again, because obviously there's an endless amount of room to the upside if we can start to do that. But bottom line, right now the Russell's a little bit weaker than the other instruments, and it's still holding its 8-period moving average. It's still holding its 21-period moving average, and as long as it does that, I'm going to keep on having a swing bias to the upside, and just going to continue to wait and hold and see if we can start to hold there and start to get a little rally and get a pop back to the upside. Let's go take a look over here at some of the other instruments. Here's the Dow. The Dow is at resistance. As you see, it's not pulling back like the Russell is. It's actually still inside of yesterday's trading range. Move over to the NASDAQ. NASDAQ has now caught up with the Russell. It's starting to sell off. And it wasn't too long ago, NASDAQ was still up here inside the range, so it's followed the Russell here as well. But nonetheless, just like the Russell, it is holding that 21, holding that 8-period moving average here. And if it does that, I still want to continue to wait for long side opportunities. If we start to break below that, we're really going to have some troubles here to the upside, and we could look for further downside move here. So we're kind of at the threshold here on these markets, whether we're going to sustain this strong move to the upside or we're going to get a pullback here. And then finally, the S&P, guys. The S&P actually broke to new highs yesterday, and we're looking to the upside. As you see today, we're still trading inside of yesterday's trading range, not getting the same pullback on the Dow and the S&P as they've always held strong here on any of these recent pullbacks on the NASDAQ and the Russell. But nonetheless, as long as all these instruments stay above that 8-period, above that 21-period, I'm going to keep on looking for upside opportunities whenever they start to get some strength and momentum and start to get some buyers in there. So I will look for pullbacks to the upside. But nonetheless, we are at resistance here on the Russell, are at the resistance on the Dow. And then I'm going to pay close attention to this Russell. If we can hold here on the Russell and maybe get the rally into the close here, maybe get some buy-in in here, I'm still going to have some strength to the upside. If not, we see this selling, we see more selling come in, I'm going to become more of a neutral bias trader on a swing trade perspective. Intraday, anything can happen, but from a swing trade perspective, I'm going to become a little bit more neutral, because I don't like whenever these things start to break through these 8-period, 21-period moving average, because they can really get some pretty fast drops to the downside in a hurry. So that's what I'm going to be looking for, guys. I hope you enjoy these video updates. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, adam@directiontrader.com. I'm constantly checking it, so I'm pretty quick at getting back to you if you have any questions. Once again, thank you everybody who came to the Infinity webinar this morning. It really went well. We've covered a lot of good information and been some pretty good feedback since. And if you guys are interested, go ahead and check out. I think they're archiving that webinar there at Infinity Future. So that's it for me today, guys. If you have any questions, go ahead and email me. If not, thanks for watching these, and I will see you in tomorrow's Looking Forward video. Have a good afternoon.